Hi everyone, Adam with BishopSheenRosaries here today, and as of recording this, we are coming into the month of May soon, and that is the month of Mother's Day and the month of Mary. So we have a very special video today in this series we're doing on the 10 wonders of the Rosary, why the Rosary is to crown Mary with spiritual roses. A lot of people talk about how the Rosary is very repetitive, or it's like you don't need to say the same prayers and you don't need to pray to Mary specifically. You could just pray straight to Jesus. We're going to talk about why a couple of these ideas are actually not the right way to think about the Rosary, and why you can never say I love you too much to Jesus and the Blessed Virgin Mary. So in the previous videos on the 10 wonders of the Rosary, we've already talked in great length about why the Rosary is a spiritual weapon and is feared by Satan, so you should definitely watch those if you didn't see them. But now we're going to talk about maybe the other side of the coin, how it's honoring Mary and how it's beautiful, and it's an I love you, or a love letter to the Blessed Virgin Mary. Mary is our spiritual mother. Mary is to be honored. This is pleasing to God. It's a commandment, after all, to honor thy mother and father. So we are honoring Mary when we're praying the Rosary. Make no mistake about that. I don't know if when you were kids, your mom had a to-do list for you when you were, growing up, and you could take some of the chores, and she's like, this is how you can love me today, by sweeping the floor, by putting away your laundry, or whatever it is. Well, Mary's to-do list is very short. She comes into the world, she appears throughout history, and she says, pray the Rosary. This is how you can honor me. This is how you can pray for the world. St. Louis de Montfort claims that saying a single Hail Mary is like giving a single rose to the Blessed Virgin Mary. By saying the entire Rosary, you are crowning her with a crown of roses. Flowers seem to be a traditional way to honor a mother, especially we have Mother's Day in the month of May, the month of blooming flowers. It's also the month of Mary, coincidentally. The word rosary actually comes from to crown with roses, and this dates all the way back to the year 1422, when it was first used by a Franciscan novice who would have a tradition of presenting flowers to the Blessed Virgin Mary. And additionally, it was also made famous by Blessed Alan de la Roche, who revived the Rosary, especially within the Dominican community. Now, I get so frustrated when people say that we don't have to pray the Rosary. We don't have to pray to Mary. It's not required. Yes, we know we don't have to. The grace truly comes from God, and Mary is not God. But we want to pray to Mary. We should want to pray to our Blessed Mother. Mary is not God, but she is the closest person to God that there ever has been or ever will be. And God the Son, with his dying breath on the cross, looked to John the Apostle and said, take her as your mother, and looked at his mother, take him as your son. And we are the son. We are all Mary's children, who has been given to us as our spiritual mother. So when people are praying the Rosary, they are giving flowers to your mother, to my mother. And this should make you happy. Now think about your earthly mother right now. If someone were to go up to her and give her a flower right now, that would make you happy. That would make you glad. And Father Don Calloway actually points out in this chapter that you would be kind of an odd son or daughter to stop that person and be offended that they gave your mother a flower. That would not be the right reaction. So when people tell you, oh, Jesus never said to pray to his mother, that's not in the Bible, you can just say, well, Jesus wants you to honor his mother. The Rosary is nothing other than honoring Jesus's mother. He would never reject someone giving his mother flowers, crowning her with roses. To think that a Hail Mary or a Rosary detracts from the glory of God is an insult. No, on the contrary, actually, when you're praying the Rosary, and this is a quote from Venerable Fulton Sheen, for who this channel is named, you are praying to the Blessed Trinity, to Jesus Christ, to his mother, I love you, I love you, I love you. That's what the Rosary is really saying. So when someone asks you, is the Rosary a spiritual weapon or is it a love letter? You could say, yes, it's both. But you can't say, I love you too much. And if somebody asks you, is the Rosary really that important if you're just repeating the same things over and over again? You can say, yes, of course, because you can never say, I love you too much. And I want to just wrap up that last point with one more story from Venerable Fulton Sheen as I read you this story. From Fulton Sheen's perspective, a woman came to see me one evening after instruction. She said, I would never become a Catholic. You say the same words in the Rosary over and over again, and anyone who repeats the same words is never sincere. I would never believe anyone who repeated his words, and neither would God. I asked her who the man with her was. She said he was her fiancé, and then I asked, does he love you? Well, certainly he does. But how do you know? Well, he told me. What did he say? He said, I love you. When did he tell you last? About an hour ago. Did he tell you before? Yes, last night. He tells me every night. I said, do not believe him. He is repeating. He is not sincere. I love this story from Venerable Fulton Sheen because it really shows his sense of humor and his love for the Blessed Virgin Mary. And just take that home. Remember, in the month of May, maybe you can make a promise to pray to the Blessed Virgin one more time maybe, or remember to call your mom this month as well. So thanks for sticking to the end of the video. Check out SheenRosaries.com, and from us to you, through Mary.